Hello guys, Donovan Gaming here, and today I'm going to be doing something a bit different. Today I'm going to be doing my first commentary type video. This is a fully edited, somewhat scripted tutorial on how to make UnderTale animations on KineMaster. The reason I decided to do this is I thought, well, it's about time I did a tutorial, and I really couldn't think of anything else for a Thanksgiving special, so yeah, that's what we're doing. This tutorial will comprise of 5 main parts: animating the soul and attacks, music and sound effects, green screens, editing and effects, and fonts and characterizations. I'm gonna try to break down all of these 5 steps in a slow and understandable manner so beginners can start off and maybe grow their skill set a bit. Now that I've stated the purpose of this little video, let's stop stalling and get right into the tutorial. Now obviously the first thing you're going to want to do is to create a new project. You don't have to use a specific aspect ratio, but I'd use 16:9 because I think it looks the best when it comes to UnderTale animating. Now you're going to want to stretch the black background as long as you need it to be, and then go back to the beginning. So you're going to want to use the handwriting tool to make your little UnderTale box that you're going to, that the soul is going to be in. So you're just going to want to get that, stretch that as long as you need it to be, and then go to your downloads folder. Mine's going to be blurred out because I don't want you seeing any previews for any upcoming projects. And you're just gonna want to get the soul, and once you get that, you just shrink it down to the right size, the one that looks right. There's no really right size, it's just whatever size you prefer, or the size that looks the best. So just make it look good with the box, and then we can get into the actual animating part. Of course, you're going to want to stretch the heart to as long as you need it to be. Now we can actually get into the animating part. You're going to want to get the thing that you want to fly at the soul. I'm going to use a knife. So what you're going to want to do is click on the little key icon that's on the side there, and then go to where you want the attack to fly at what moment, and click the little add button, and it should place a little point. And once that point appears, you can animate it to fly wherever you want it to fly, and you can adjust it to be whatever speed you want it to be, either really slow or incredibly fast. And then you just do the same thing with the soul, except you make it move out of the way instead of making it fly at the soul, like so. And that is actually how you animate. So yeah, that's the first bit of this tutorial done. Okay, so this one is really self-explanatory. This entry is more for the people that don't know how to use editing apps like KineMaster. All you gotta do is go into your audio files in the app and pick the music or sound effect that you want. And basically, if you don't know how to do that, you just go to the layer button, go to KineMaster Capture or Export or whatever it says, or the name of your recording app. Mine's Mobazin or Mobazine, so yeah. So we're at the animating part again. Sort of. This part is for green screens, as the little title card at the beginning suggests. If you don't know what a green screen is, it's basically this little, green screen that you can use to map on things. Basically what you're going to want to do is go to your downloads and get a green screen. What you're going to want to do is crop out the edges of this green screen. The reason for this is if you don't, there'll be these really ugly looking tacky green lines marking the borders of the green screen. Then you're going to want to go to the chroma key tool and click enable. Now you have the green screen but without the green background. This is basically how you're going to do stuff like Gaster Blasters, Azrael Stars, and other things. You're basically just going to want to check it to make sure it's all in the right place, and this is where the animating part comes in. Just like in the animating section, you're going to want to animate the soul to, move out of the way, obviously. So you're just going to want to do the same thing. Get the animation tool, put the little points in their place, and animate the soul to move out of the way. There, easy as pie. Okay, so we're going to start with the editing side of things first. The first thing you're going to want to do is set up your UI, which is basically the name of the person you're playing as, how much LV and HP they have, stuff like that. I'm going to use a green screen for the buttons for reasons you'll see in the next couple sections of the editing part, because yes, there are multiple sections. So you're just going to want to set this up to be, however you see fit, to make it look good. I do have the UnderTale font, if you read the community post, and I will get into how you actually get the UnderTale font into your projects in the next section, which is fonts and characterizations. So basically you're just going to want to set this up, just size it up to however you want it to be. Then finally what you're going to want to do is get a yellow background and crop it into the area between the amount of HP and the actual thing that just says HP. You're obviously going to want to make, the HP thing yellow. You're going to crop it and shrink it to make it look, to make it align with the HP and the rest of the UI. Next, you're going to want to do what I showed earlier, where you use the handwriting tool to make your UnderTale box. And you're going to want to also make this line up. And once you do that, you're going to want to get your sprite for whoever you're going to be fighting in your little boss battle. I'm going to choose Hyper Dust Sands. For no particular reason, I just wanted to use him. All you're going to want to do here is crop him. Make sure that he's not clipping into the box like the background of his sprite. Or you can just use a transparent one so you don't have to deal with that. Next, for effects, you're going to want to click Cosmetic Glitch. I don't know how it's pronounced. You're going to want to go to Settings and change the strength to 1. Then you're going to want to change the quality down to 10, and this is what it should look like. Next, you're going to want to go and select Split Spectrogram. I'm pretty sure that's how it's pronounced. You're going to want to go to Settings, and the first thing you're going to want to do is turn the speed down, and we'll come back to that later. Next, you're going to want to disable the scan line. That basically makes it to where it's just the glitch and none of the lines. Next, you're going to want to change the speed to 1, and this is what it should look like. Next, you're going to want to go to distance. How far the glitch will actually go should look like this at 0. Once you have that, you're going to want to change it up to 1, the same as your speed. And once you've done that, you should be all set. And now, it should look like this. So this is the first segment, and we'll talk about the next segment now. So this next segment is going to be very short, it's very simple. And this is how you're going to do the little glow that comes from the bottom of the screen in fan games. You're going to want to get a black background and then change the color to whatever color you want it to be. I'm going to use purple. And you're going to want to select Pulse as the overall animation. And then what you're going to want to do is go to Effect, go to Basic Effects, and go to Gaussian Blur. My pronunciations are terrible. And you're going to want to you're going to want to shrink it to how far you want it to actually go up. You're going to want to go to Settings and turn the blur strength to around 15. And now that you have all that, it should look pretty good. Let's go back and watch it. And this is what it should look like. See, I told you this segment was going to be very simple. So for this next part, I'm going to be showing you how to do stuff like screen flipping for if you want to make something with last breath or you just want the screen to flip. This one's very easy. I made a little test attack thing. What you're going to want to do is you need a transition. For the transition, you can use anyone you want, but I use Collective. It kind of scrambles the screen around. And then I turn the speed up to max. And then I shorten it. And I usually put a static sound effect, so you can use whatever sound effect you want, or you can just put not one at all. but I just like to use that. So now what you're going to want to do once you have the project where you want screen flips to happen, you just want to, you know, export it. I sped it up because I didn't want to wait 10 hours waiting for it to export. Now you're just going to want to go back into your project, go into KineMaster, click the file, and this one is very easy to do. So you're going to want to get your black background to put it on, and you're just going to want to crop it to where it takes up the whole screen. And this is very easy to do. All you gotta do is go to the part where it does it, and during the scrambling you're gonna want to split and then do the part where you want it to be, you know, flipped upside down. And then what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to select rotation and mirroring. And basically what this does is it allows you to flip around the screen. You want to click the rotate button that rotates it and keep rotating it until it's upside down, and now it looks like this. So that's how you do screen flipping. And this is the end of the effects section, so let's move on to the next section. Okay, so this is probably going to be the shortest part of the tutorial. You're going to want to go to the website duramiamons.com. This is basically a text box generator for UnderTale/Deltarune. No, this isn't a scam, it's not malware, it's not a virus. I've used it to get the UnderTale font on all my videos. In this little text box section, basically you can type anything you want in here. For example, bruh. Click generate text box, and there you go. Screenshot it, and then you have the UnderTale font. It's that simple. And you can do this in the fonts Comic Sans, Papyrus, and yes, even Wingdings. So, this is the end of the tutorial. If you have any issues with any of these methods, or you think I left something out, make sure to say it in the comments below. Goodbye.